today. We finish up our time at Karijini National Park and then we head further north up to Karratha for breakfast. Something simple. Some Nutella on a wrap. Should be good feed.
Was it cold, was it?
A little bit. Well, I think this is sparkle. Not really sure, but I went for a nice little dip and it was actually quite nice. A little on the cold side, but very, very nice. Only it were on film, you see that black mark there? That is the evidence of me falling down and sliding along my bottom and back nearly into the water. If only it was on video. Jacob's gonna recreate it for us. But of course I did it a little less gracefully. Well, we made it to Wittenoom. Here we are. I got my sign here. Area is closed. The road is closed. They've put up signs in front so that you can't actually even get past. I love this. I just love the fact that Australia has its own version of Chernobyl. Like, how cool is that? Anyway, that was a little wild detour. Now we're headed onwards to Karratha.
What's that?
Been sitting in the car for a good 3 hours right now. We're on our way to Karratha and we are following this absolutely enormous iron ore filled train. It's crazy. They're so long. Gosh. And that is what most of Western Australia relies on, is the mining industry. So it's crazy to see like so many of these. But thankfully today we have not been caught out by a railway crossing with one of those trucks passing, which is one of those trains passing. So it's crazy. It's great. Bit different though, because we've literally just narrowly avoided them each time. But hey, I'm not complaining. We're currently sort of sniffing our way into Karratha because fuel, we'll make it. But fuel is a little bit of one of those kind of, will we though, won't we? I've got at least 10 litres in the tray to get us places. But then again, we still have to find a servo in Karratha to fuel up. got to Karratha, we fueled up, met Jacob's friend, and did a few cleans and fixes to the back of the car. We made a list for all the hardware supplies that were needed and some household things to get from the shopping centre tomorrow. Once the car was cleaned and somewhat unpacked, he took us on a tour of the town in his souped-up Hilux. As you can see from the leaf blowing, the back of my tray was caked in dust. Jacob's friend took us to watch one of the massive trains slowly move iron to be transferred onto a ship for China. They're all pilotless and are controlled completely remotely. In Dampier, there's also a gas plant that blows fire. I was utterly mesmerised. I actually found out that these pipes are called flares, and they vent the Karratha gas plant, which sends pressurised gases for combustion, like methane, ethane, carbon dioxide and water, instead of just releasing these gases into the ozone, even though water's not a gas. Then we went and saw Karijini National Park from the outside and went for some serious rock driving. For context, it would probably feel like going for a ride on a 3-legged camel. Finally, we went to his local beach and the tide was yonks away. It looked exactly like a tsunami was about to crash in. We had to turn back early because on our rock hopping adventure, Jacob's friend had punctured a tyre. The funny thing is, the stock tyre change tools he had in his car didn't fit the nuts, so he had to phone his dad-in-law to bring his socket set from his house. It was quite the adventure. Jacob's friend had taken us on a nice tour of the whole town, seeing all the different sights and sounds. There's a urea plant over there, and there's a new one they're building around the place. But evidently our string of bad luck is following us because we got a flat tyre.